Good morning, everyone. So today, as a part of a vast club, I, Nimita Sahi, hereby welcome Mr. Herman Sethi for a brief and informative session on Guru Gobind Singh Jayanti. So, sir, here you go.
Hi everyone, my name is Harman Singh Sethi and I'm from Bangalore. I currently serve as the working committee member for Gurudwara Shri Guru Singh Sabha in Alsur, and this is in Bangalore, and I majorly take care of things like the public relations office and the content and the Gurudwara Shri Guru Singh Sabha. Whereas professionally, I work with the Big Four in indirect tax advisory, and the Gurudwara part is my service. So that's the role that I currently take care of in Bangalore here.
Yeah, nice, sir. So, sir, my first question to you is, so we all know that Guru Gobind Singh was the last human guru that was there on the earth. So how did he get to form Khalsa and what was his motive behind forming the Khalsa?
When Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji was approached by the Kashmiri Pandits to assist them save their faith, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji and three other Sikhs went to Delhi, and many Delhiites would know Sisganj Sahib Gurdwara and Chandni Chowk. And the history of that is that's where Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib was beheaded. And the other three Sikhs were also beheaded to sacrifice their life to, it's really simple on a human rights sort of perspective. Now, when this, event happened, there was a Sikh Pai Jetha Ji over there, and he took the head of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji and walked back to Anandpur Sahib, where Guru Gobind Singh Ji was. At that point of time, Guru Gobind Singh Ji was only 9 years old. When he got the head back and he showed Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib's head to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked, how many Sikhs were there when this event took place? So Pai Jetha said, I couldn't identify how many Sikhs were there. And this is the beginning of the ideology of Khalsa. If you can't identify, today you identify me by my turban. And that's what Guru Gobind Singh Ji wanted to give. He said, if a Sikh is responsible to, take care of his identity and give back to the society, he needs to be identified. And that is this. This is that identity. So later on, Guru Gobind Singh Ji became Guru at the age of 9. You imagine there are children at the age of 9 who may just be gaming all the time. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji becoming Guru at the age of 9 is something very unique we see in history, taking up so many responsibilities of a whole community and faith at that age is very different. And from that age of 9, later on in 1699, so in 1699, this is March 30th, 1699 is the version of history that I have read, where Guru Gobind Singh Ji sent out invites across the country and the subcontinent to invite people to Anandpur Sahib. Anandpur Sahib is close to Chandigarh, if many of you all don't know. So as per historical facts, there were 80,000 to 1 lakh people who congregated at Anandpur Sahib in 1699. And that's when Guru Gobind Singh Ji called people to form the Khalsa. He asked 5 people to give their heads. So people got scared. If you walked up at a congregation, someone said, give me your head. You'd be like, should I even listen to this? But there was the fact is Guru Gobind Singh Ji asked for 5 heads, and similarly 5 people from different areas across India. One of them hails from my state in Karnataka and Bidar, Pai Sahib Singh. There are 5 other Pai Sahib Singh, Pai Tar, Pai Himmat Singh, Pai Mokham Singh, and they were taken in and they were dressed into an attire which was blue. If you would have seen Nihang Singh's celebrations of Sikh festivals where they dress up in blue and blue big turban. So they were dressed up in that way. And that's when they were given one of our questions the five, Ks come into being. This is how he formed the Khalsa. Now he gave the men a specific name, Singh, which means prince. They were given an identity for a certain responsibility.
Okay.
The identity doesn't come just for the attire, but it comes with major responsibilities. If I take a practical example, just from 2-3 years back, my brother was at Goa and he was traveling, and this was somewhere late in the night, and I think a girl just approached her and said that I am really worried to travel back alone. Would you assist me to drop me back at my hotel? And that's the trust that one must have in Khalsa. So when she saw my brother's turban, she said, I can do because you're a Gursikh, and that's why I can trust you that you won't do anything wrong. So that's the sort of goodwill a Khalsa must maintain and not violate.
Yeah. Good to hear this example. So in the next question, moving forward, we have, how did the 5Ks came into existence? The 5Ks that we that Sikh has to be wearing it all the time.
Yeah. So we continue from the previous question because it interconnects. When all those 5 people, I took their names, they're known as the Panch Pyare or the 5 beloved. They were given even these articles of faith. I can show you one of them right now. That's the kada that's in my hand already. So start with the kada. Yeah, the kada is in my hand. So the kada signifies, it's similar to a handcuff. Okay, so the kada's symbolic ideology is don't do anything wrong because it's in the shape of a handcuff. This should remind you to not do any wrong act. Second is it's in the form of a circle, that what you do comes back. Yeah. That is the reason why many people wear the kada thinking it's auspicious, but it has a message than when we talk about auspicious. Also, it's made up of an alloy. It's not metal or iron. It's called sarablo. So the actual kada is made up of alloy. So that's what we in the right hand to remind us not to do any bad acts or bad deeds. The kada is not something to keep you lucky. A lot of people do wear it, but that's a misconception that many have, that, okay, I'm going to the Gurdwara, let me buy a kada. The right message is not to do anything wrong. Yeah. It can come back sometime or the other. The second one is your hair that is covered on my head and that's on my face. The ideology of having this is the gift of God. It's not that something that's different. It's been given by nature to us, so we maintain it as it is. Plus, it comes with the identity which is our responsibility. That's the second one. So we've covered kada, kesh. Kanga is a comb. It's a wooden comb that is put into the hair. The reason is to keep basic hygiene of your hair. That is the reason for that. Fourth is the kirpan. The kirpan is obviously, it's worn like that. I have the kirpan here. I thought I'll show it to you all. So the kirpan, yeah. So I'm showing it on the session, so that's just easier to relate wherever possible. So the kirpan is used very responsibly. Only if a Sikh has been attacked or needs to help someone who's being attacked, only then he's supposed to use the kirpan. He shouldn't go ahead and use his kirpan first. That doesn't, it's very clear. Only if you're attacked, then you use it in defense, or if someone is in need, you help them. These are the 2 reasons to have the kirpan. So very responsibly, a Sikh must use his kirpan. The 5th is kashera, the inner drawers, again for basic hygiene, so that you maintain your cleanliness. So 5 of them. Kanga, kada, kashera, kirpan, kesh. These 5.
Okay, yeah. So nice knowledge given to all of you by him. So moving further, we have what is Guru Granth Sahib and what is it about? What all aspects of life does it cover?
Guru Granth Sahib Ji is a compilation of 1,430 pages of Gurbani. Now, what is Gurbani? When we ask what is Guru Granth Sahib Ji, a brief understanding. Guru Granth Sahib Ji is in the form of a scripture. And when we visit a Gurdwara, we may see a palki or a palanquin. And what is inside it, many a times we have a question what that is. That is the Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It is covered with a cloth. Okay. So history being how Guru Granth Sahib Ji came into existence. Guru Nanak Dev Ji was the very first Guru. He wrote Gurbani, the very first one being Japji Sahib, which many people across the globe are aware of. Because for the love of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, a lot of people know that he compiled Japji Sahib as his very first, verses in Gurbani. But after that also the second Guru, the third Guru, fourth Guru, fifth Guru, all of them had also compiled some of the other Gurbani. And by the time it reached the fifth Guru, what Guru Arjan Dev Ji did, the fifth Guru, sitting in the city of Amritsar, he compiled the first 5 Gurus' Bani. And what he did, apart from that, he also surveyed how many saints, how many sages, how many ballad writers, how many poets talk about the fact of one God when we say Ik Oankar. So like that, how I'll tell you the breakup of the number. There are about 36, contributors or authors of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It's not one. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the second Guru, Guru Angad Dev Ji, Guru Amar Das Ji, Guru Ram Das Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the ninth Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, his hymns added by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Apart from him, there are 15 saints. Some of them we study in school. Bhagat Kabir Ji, Bhagat Namdev Ji, Bhagat Sain Ji, then Bhagat Pipa Ji. These are few of the saints. Totally 15 of them are there. Then there are 11 ballad writers. I know few of them. Patanal Ji, Sal Ji, Kal Ji. These are the names of the ballad writers. And then 4 other Sikhs. One was Pai Mardana Ji, Satta and Balwand, Baba Sundar Ji. Totally 4 of them. So totally it comes up to about 36 authors who have contributed to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Why? Because they talk about the ideology of Ik Oankar, that is the one creator. If you read any of their, they're all one creator. So after they contributed their hymns, Guru Arjan Dev Ji compiled it and called it the Ad Granth. Then in 1604, first time in Golden Temple in Amritsar, the Ad Granth Sahib was opened. And till date, it's been over 400 years. That is the routine of that place. They open the Guru Granth Sahib Ji at 5:30 in the morning. There's Kirtan from 3 a.m. till about 10 p.m. in the night, close to 18 hours all day. That is the, that's where the beginning of Guru Granth Sahib Ji came. Now Ad Granth is compiled. Later what happened? Guru Gobind Singh Ji added his father's Bani, that is Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, into Guru Granth Sahib Ji and compiled it. When he was in Hazur Sahib in Nanded, he was about 42 years old at that point of time. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji said to all the Sikhs over there, I think it's time for me to now leave this world, because every mortal has to go someday or the other. So they said, who are you leaving us with? Who is our next Guru? They asked this question to Guru Gobind Singh. Then Guru Sahib said, Jo mam saath chahe kar baat, Guru Granth Ji bicharo saath. If you have any question, go and ask Guru Granth Sahib Ji. If you feel like meeting me, go and ask Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So that was they all thought maybe he'll leave them with another Guru in life form. But Guru Gobind Singh Ji left them with Gurbani, which is eternal. No one can ever change that. Now, some may have the question, why not a human Guru? I also understand that. Why a human Guru there? We are currently in Kali Yuga, or Kali Yuga that we say. Kali Yuga is a time most of the world is in a corrupted situation. And that is the reason why the Guru said the Shabad Guru or Gurbani is something that remains eternal. Now, in the past 400 years, no one has been able to change it, because that's how Gurbani has been. And when the Guru if the Guru would have given it to someone in body form, today we know so many places that have gone down corrupted because their leaders or their religious heads are not right. But with Guru Granth Sahib Ji, that doesn't, teachings have remained as is, constant. So that's why Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave it to the Shabad Guru, that your teachings will be the same. The teachings will give you the right path. And that's why Guru Granth Sahib Ji was given Guruship. on October 8, 1708 in Hazur Sahib, Nanded. That's in Maharashtra. So that's where Guruship was given to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Said Agya Paiya Kal ki, Tabe Chalayo Panth, Sab Sikhan ko hukam hai, Guru Manyo Granth. That all Sikhs have been given this order to follow the teachings of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. The contents of Guru Granth Sahib Ji are so they contain only hymns. Only hymns. The whole of Guru Granth Sahib Ji can be sung in 31 scales of music. So there are 31 rags as specific. They break down into sub rags as well, but 31 main rags, and it can be totally 1,430 pages of Gurbani can be sung through and through.
Okay.
So yeah, this is briefly what Guru Granth Sahib Ji is. It's a very vast topic, but I've tried to cover it.
Yeah, you have nicely done the job. So my last question to you would be, how is the usual atmosphere and the environment of Gurudwaras at this time, at this time of the event when Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Jayanti takes place?
Currently, we are in a lockdown in most of the cities, so we are at home. Usually, I can tell you what we've experienced during normal times. In a normal situation, when the atmosphere is okay across the city and the country, it starts off with the celebrations are very nice, and most all of them are dedicated in prayer only. I'll be some or the other form. So they start with something called as Prabhat Fairy. Prabhat means morning, Fairy means rounds. So they take out the orange Nishan Sahib from the Gurdwara, and Sangat that congregates at the Gurdwara about 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. They all come to Gurdwara when it's so dark, and then they all congregate over there. They take some instruments and they sing hymns. They go to few houses, whoever invites them. The people at their houses serve prasad or sweets or mithai, whatever they'd like to offer. It's totally their wish. And this goes on for 3 to 4 weeks before the birth anniversary. This is at the beginning. So people who want to celebrate it at their house do it this way. So they call the congregation from their close by Gurdwara home. They'll do kirtan at their house for half an hour and they distribute sweets. And this is the beginning, the very starting. Then you have the Nagar Kirtan, where they take Guru Granth Sahib Ji into a palki in a vehicle. You have the Panch Pyare standing in front. You have people doing kirtan behind. You have the Sangat behind. You have people sweeping the road. You have people serving langar on the road. And they go throughout the city, maybe 3-4 kilometers, 5 kilometers. And the reason of a Nagar Kirtan is conveying the message of Gurpurab to everybody. That is why they take out Nagar Kirtan. That, yeah, our Guru's Gurpurab is coming in few days or is coming in 2-3 days. As we speak today, the Nagar Kirtan is happening in Amritsar. Tomorrow's Gurpurab, 9th. Today's is happening in Amritsar. The reason of Nagar Kirtan to inform everybody around the city that tomorrow's Gurpurab. And that is the celebration. So that's the second. And the third and the last most is what happens at the Gurudwara on the main Gurpurab days is like Gurmat Samagam. So what happens in a Samagam in the Gurudwara is there's continuous Kirtan, then they do Katha. Most of the time, the discourse that is given during this Gurpurab is the life or the childhood of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, because Guru Gobind Singh Ji was born in Patna Sahib in Bihar. So that's his birthplace. So they are having the biggest celebration at this point of time. Though COVID is in place, they've called off all the celebrations at the moment. But Patna Sahib has the biggest celebration. So they'll have Kirtan all day. They'll have, discourse or Katha all day. And Langar is 24 hours, I think. It goes on day and night. And that's how we celebrate. So most is by singing hymns or by doing discourse, nothing else. It's very simple, peaceful celebrations.
Yeah. So that's the end of the session. Thank you so much, Herman sir, for gracing our event by your presence. And we really, really look forward to having a good Guru Gobind Singh Jayanti amid this lockdown also. So thank you for sharing so much of information with us. And that's the end of the event. Thank you so much, guys. And do celebrate.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, do celebrate this Jayanti no matter how you are able to. But small contributions may also help you in getting that satisfaction that you did celebrate the day, even if in lockdown. So
Yes.
thank you so much.